The gentleman wanted, well, he wanted like $8,000 or $9,000 for this lot that backed up to a lake, if you can call it a lake, because it was
Mm-hmm.
like a little swamp behind his
Yeah, canal
property.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I did my diligence, I did my evaluation, ran some comps, and that land was worth like 12 or $13,000 on market. He
Okay.
wanted 8 or 9 grand, which could have been a deal as is. But when I said that to my friend, I was like, hey, he wants $8,000. It looks like a deal. He said, no, 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 no. Make him an offer. Make him an aggressive offer at an amount that you can afford to lose. And I said, okay. I went back. I offered the gentleman $4,000, fully expecting to get shot down. I thought he was going to say, F yourself, get out of here. He accepted. He
Yeah.
took $4,000. I said, okay, great. What next? He said, well, now you close on it. I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? Take this to a title company, open escrow, buy this property. Sure enough, bought the property, got title insurance. The title was clean, no issues. And then I was going to need to sell it to make some money, and I couldn't figure out how to sell it. So I said, what's next? He goes, well, try to advertise this property however you can, marketplace, social media, do whatever you can to try to sell this property, find a buyer. And I thought, Brad, shit, I just bought this $4,000 property in the middle of nowhere. I have no idea where the city even is, but it looks pretty interesting. On Google Street View, it looks pretty interesting. There was some water behind it. It was like 4,000 square feet. It was not that big of a lot. But worst case scenario, I could have parked a trailer on it and made it like my vacation home for my wife and I to go and get away. Um, could not sell it for a couple of months. 2 or 3 months went by. I didn't do anything with it. I just figured I may have just bought a piece of land that's going to stay with me for a long time. I posted it on one of those land websites called landsofamerica.com, and I found a buyer. I tried posting it for $9,000. I got a cash offer at $8,000. I did a self close this time because I didn't want to pay closing costs again. I did a self close, prepared all the deed myself, the paperwork myself. I had templates available for my friends. I had the buyer pay for closing costs and a notary after closing get that registered with the county there. And I doubled my money. I went from $4,000 plus closing costs to selling it for $8,000 plus the buyer paying closing costs. I essentially ended up walking away with roughly $4,000, and I figured this is
That's
very
kind of cool.
easily
Yeah.
rinsed and repeatable.